This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, verse 30. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Shalom. Call Loyam Wawa, Layha Bashim Yahshai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors are going out to the venerable apostles of the great millstone, along with the elders who rule well. Salutations, peace, and blessings to the Bayah after Waddah, the house of David, the elect. I'm Shamar with the Men of Valor, South Carolina Camp. And I've been meaning to do a quick video or a quick lesson, okay, disproving that Christian lie known as the pre-tribulation rapture, which the word rapture is not in the scriptures. They get that doctrine, which is a doctrine of demons, okay, from basically, if you trace it all the way back, it goes back to Jesuit priests, all right, Edomite Jesuit priests. Okay, and I think Lacunza was one of them, and Ribera. They came up with that madness, and it's been taught over here in Babylon the Great for, going on a couple hundred years now. All right. I see the way it goes in a nutshell is, these Christians out here, primarily these Edomites, these so-called white Christians. All right, they teach that they're just going to be walking down the street one day or driving down the street. They're going to be in an airplane, and all of a sudden they're just going to disappear, before, quote unquote, it gets really bad in the earth, right? They're not going to have to go through any tribulation. They're just going to be, they're just going to disappear. Clothes are going to be laying on the ground. Christians who are bus drivers and pilots. You're going to see planes crashing. Because they're just going to disappear. You're going to be wrecks everywhere, and it's madness, man. It's madness, and it was popularized. What were the dudes' names? Jerry B. Jenkins and Tim LaHaye. They had a book series years ago. This is going back to the late 1990s, and even made a movie about it. And I can't remember the name of the series, but it was like a series of 7 books. Kirk Cameron from the TV show Growing Pains, which was, a lot of you Akim are too young to remember that. But anyway, he starred in one of the movies. But it was going into this pre-tribulation myth, And first of all, Edomite Christians, you're not going to be beamed up into the chariots of the Lord, Now you will have Israelites, okay, which you Israelites, all right, in the earth, you are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, and then you have Israelites mingled among the heathen, okay, who look like the heathen nations, the speckled birds. So you may have, you might see a Edomite looking Israelite or a Moabite looking Israelite being beamed up. But all Israel is going to go back to that natural look, okay. When the Lord, gives the elect their new bodies, those glorified bodies, man. All right. But anyway, I wish I could remember the name of that movie. But nonetheless, this is kind of a off the cuff video because I've been thinking about doing it for about a week and a half now. What made me think of it through the Spirit was Elder Manat Tzakba over in Myrtle Beach, the head of the Great Millstone Camp in Myrtle Beach. He did a video on. I was like, I hadn't gone into this in a minute. So let me grab a couple precepts because this is madness, man. All throughout the various captivities and the different dispensations of time, the Lord's people have gone through tribulation, man. And that's part of this being in this truth, man. The scriptures talks about it, and it's clear, And I just read, right here in Matthew, where it says immediately after the tribulation of those days. Now, what days is the Lord talking about? He's talking about Jacob's trouble, man. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7, Daniel 12 and verse 1. You know, you go into 2 Ezra 16, you know, and read about the days of trouble that are at hand. And those the times we're in right now, man. You know, but that's a cold cut. Matthew 24 and verse 29, out of the Messiah's mouth himself. You know, he said the elect wasn't going to be beamed up or gathered up into the clouds, which is the chariots, okay, until after the tribulation, man. You know? So let me read this, and I went and looked it up. The movie that they made about it was called Left Behind. All right, and it's goofy as hell. But anyways, yeah, man, Left Behind, and again, Jerry B. Jenkins and Tim LaHaye, you know, false prophets. You know, they're the ones behind the movie and the book series. Anyway, let me read this again. Out of Yahushua's own mouth, okay? Matthew chapter 24 and verse 29. And it reads, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And right now, the powers of the heavens are being shaken, man. You know, who are the ruling powers right now? You know, the Jewish international banking families, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Warburgs, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers. We mention them all the time by name. Okay, the Amalekites. All right, the bastards who were dwelling in Ashdod, Zechariah 9 and 6. Okay, they're being shook up right now, man. Why? Because they know that Yahushua is coming back, man. See, they know, you know, they know. The scripture says the devils believe and tremble. They know Yahushua is coming back. Why do you think they're investing so much money, all right, into escape plans? All right. Why do you think they're putting so much money into underground bunkers? You know, why do you think these devils are talking about going out into space, into the heavens? Okay, because they think they're going to escape the judgment. How about Shemi outside? Okay, so they know the Lord's coming back. And 2/3 of you Israelites are clueless out here, man. You know, and this day, okay. Again, you go into 1 Thessalonians, the fifth chapter. You know, this day the Lord, this day that's coming is going to overtake you as a thief, man. The Lord's coming back like a thief in the night. All right. Verse 30, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. That's right, man, because whoever's left over here in Babylon and throughout the four corners, when you see Yahushua, all right, coming on that great big old fathership, okay, there's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. You're going to realize that everything we've been saying, that everything we have said and been saying, you're going to realize that it was all true. You're going to realize the Bible was not a book full of fairy tales and myths, that everything was true, man. All right? And there's going to be nothing you can do about it at that time, man. If you're not a part of the Lord's elect, you're through, man. All right? If you're not one of the 144,000, one of the servants of Yahweh Shai, one of the prophets, all right, from the 12 tribes, or if you're not one of the believers, okay, one of the friends of the prophets, you're finished, man. That includes 2/3 of you Israelites who are living in the house of Saul, you unbelievers, all right, sinners of the Lord's people, you Edomites, and the rest of you heathen. This day is not going to go well for you, all right? It says, let me read verse 30 again. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, all right? The clouds of heaven being the chariots of the Lord, man, all right, which you morons refer to as UFOs or UAP, okay? And he shall send his angels, verse 31, with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other, all right? You have to be an Israelite to be part of the election, okay? You can go into Isaiah chapter 41, chapter 43, chapter 44, Slakia, chapter 45, I'm not sure about 44. Isaiah chapter 65, all right, Israel is the Lord's elect, man. All right, he elected you Israelites to be a holy people unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So So yeah, man, that's that in itself right there. You can end the lesson. All right, but we're not going to, but you could. All right. This is Yahushua again in John chapter 16, verse 33. It says, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. The only way you can have peace in this wicked kingdom right now is through the Spirit, is by being, all right, in this truth, man. Okay? By knowing Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay? You see people losing it out here every day, man. People shooting up grocery stores. Diak Yaramla up in the upstate, Men of Valor, Greenville. He did a quick hitter on a shooting in Colliersville, Tennessee. Okay, where this dude shot up a supermarket, and shit like that's happening, every day here. These people don't got no peace, man, because they don't know Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, it says, in the world ye shall have tribulation. So see, tribulation is a part of this, man. There ain't no such thing as no pre-tribulation rapture. In this world, in this present age, okay, in Edom's kingdom, it says what? You're going to have tribulation, man, okay? But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. And that's why we can walk throughout our days, with confidence, man. All right? Because Yahushua is the one who's overcome this world, man. He's overcome. All right? We're just waiting for this whole thing to play out in the physical realm. All right? But the victory is already, to the elect, man. Okay? That's why we have peace, and that's why we can be of good cheer. Because Yahushua has overcome the world. And, we know and believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right? That's why we can sleep at night, man. Now, I know some brothers might have, problems sleeping. I mean, we all have our different ailments and our different, different, ailments, different things we have to, put up with. Some brothers might not sleep well. Some brothers might have, a struggle with, high blood pressure. Some brothers might struggle with gout. I'm just, rattling off a few things. But for the most part, we can sleep. Okay, we can relax because we're in this truth, man. We got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and through the Spirit we can be at rest. All right, and through the Spirit we can be at rest. Okay, physical rest don't come till the kingdom's established. All right, but spiritually we can be at rest. All right. Again, all through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, so you're going to go through it, man. You're going to go through it. It says that in the book of Acts. Let me get that. Acts chapter 14 and verse 22, and it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. That's why we do these videos, man. All right, we're exhorting the lambs of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, okay, to continue in the faith, man, to keep on pushing, to keep on enduring, to keep on believing. It says, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God, the most high power Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So you're going to go through tribulation. If you want to enter into the kingdom of heaven, okay, what must you do? You must go through, it says much tribulation, man. All right? Great tribulation, Jacob's trouble, the days of trouble, okay? The days of vengeance, man. All right? Esau is tightening that grip. All right, day by day. All right, slowly but surely, you're gonna wake up one morning, and you're not gonna have very many moves you can make, man. Okay, so you're gonna have to either, capitulate and bend the knee, all right, and worship the beast in his image, okay, and do what the beast tells you to do, and I'm not gonna expand on it much more than that, all right. Or you're going to resist, all right, possibly unto death, man. You're either going to be on the run, you're going to be picked up, you're going to be put into a work camp, all right. Hey, we in the times right now, man. Every day you're reading about fuel shortages. You're reading about obviously. we've been reading about, the supply chains being busted all throughout the earth, and supermarket shelves, being sparsely stocked. Okay, so the food's running out. Pretty soon you won't be able to get your meds. You won't be able to go up to CVS or Walgreens. The only way you'll be able to do these things is if you bow the knee to the image of Baal. All right? So we're going to go through a lot of tribulation, man. Much tribulation before, Lord willing, we enter into the kingdom of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? There's no such thing as a pre-tribulation rapture. That's madness, man. Yeah, here it is right here. Left behind. It's comical, man, But a lot of people believe that, That's just more Roman Catholic witchcraft and deception, This is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, Esau, okay, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days, all right, for a specific, amount of time, okay? It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, okay? So many brothers, their lot is going to be suffering for this testimony, even unto death, man, being martyred, okay? Yeah, man, but, in 1 Thessalonians 4, it says, the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first, okay? So if you die doing this work, especially, hey, if you're one of the elect lambs, if you're one of the elect men, one of his servants, and you die for the truth, you're going to be raised up first in that day, man. Okay? But what? It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Okay? If you go back to Matthew 24, it says, he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So again, where is this pre-tribulation rapture found in the scriptures? It's not, man. And the point's been made, but I had Revelation chapter 7 pulled up too. So let's just get right to the point. The first part of Revelation 7 is, the 144,000 being sealed up. And then it goes into that great multitude. Okay, the believers. All right. But let me just get right to the point. In Revelation 7 and verse 13, it says, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. If you came out of great tribulation, that means you were in it. If you came out of a storm, okay, that means at some point you were in a storm. Okay? If you came out of great tribulation, that means you were going through great tribulation, all right? It says, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Okay? Again, that's going into the multitude, the Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right? Israelites that look like the nations, okay? That's why he said, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? Okay, because not all these Israelites look like a typical Israelite. Not all Israelites are going to look like so-called Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians. That's simple, man. All right? That's real easy to understand. If the Spirit of Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, the Rakakwadash, the Holy Spirit, is working with you, man. Is supping with you. All right? So, yeah, there's no such thing as a pre-tribulation rapture. Okay? The elect are going to be beamed up into the ships, okay, in the midst of World War III, man. All right? As the nukes are coming. Okay? And we're gonna go through great tribulation, man, Jacob's trouble. All right, then the Lord's going to show up. Okay, just when it seems there's no way out, man. All right, that's how the Lord set this thing up. So all we got to do is keep on believing in Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, keep trusting in Him. Hey, do the best we can do. When we stumble, get back up. But the bottom line is just keep on believing in Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai. Don't stop believing in the Lord. Keep the faith, man. Lord willing, you was edified through the Spirit. With that, I want to say shalom.